Ewusia agora no ato ani bre. Okatakyie Afrifa Mensah bonsu de kokwa pai agi to wadwa lie. Obe blast John Mahama. Efa easy chair J Mensah je se enkomo bi kwaso kokwa ma epese maame yi na di no. Afrifa abe blast Mahama. Na fe no concern Mahama tete agenda no. Wa wone no se wo hwe yie ma won try e wo Ghana ha no mo. Me ma nkyere mu no akere wadwen ama me e wo comment section. Ayi Penyah Block Media. Me so say ni di mo. Obe like video na da ma subscribe button na ba click notification icon of latest update na ba kire wadwen da ma me e wo comment section so ba so a no share for enya bi ahwe se wo do ani toto form a yakọ 24 election mu no na ni for the kan sim ma yete o mu je se o munya abato na J Mensah e wo se wo ko ma me na wo se wo ko o be yi na firi ho no Chief Justice e wo se ma me na oko and you know successfully they have removed the Chief Justice and installed another one. I'm almost pumping many High Court judges and many Court of Appeal judges. What I say? And almost 2/3 majority in Parliament. It is almost taking decision. There's nobody who can oppose it. Just say Omo Kasebia Ghana for near the day. Na womu na Omo I forget. And yes, I dear house one more. So because Omo take decision biala, forget about what the opposition party will say because opposition are no enrujom. They will vote and they will vote for that idea. And that policy will be implemented. What I say is good and not bad. The moment ya Omo Nobeka say, say they are doing bad, nothing can stop it from it being implemented. Nothing can stop it. And say more just say install new Chief Justice no. Ana enkomo bi start e koso as a constitution no say ye de ensabeka constitution ka ye best san name and the amount for you so interested e wo mu ane say 4 years isua enso Mahama 89 year e bi say on fanko 6 years 10 in office no instead of 4 years no on fanko 6 years e bi kura say on say san no na nka on entimi permit no na on go for another term na o may third term president just say enkomo bebrebe na ana ekoso kuntuna se ekoso kukuamu ati ni nyina it circles it hovers around Mahama so no bibia best fast bet na akonya nso biem no conversation be ekoso say go in his interest na nansiamu ana there was another petition said the Chief Justice talk na araba there was petition say ye uniform no sabi and there has been another petition say Jane Mensah easy chair petition bi akwose yi maami enfru ho no na dwuma enso ani Mahama enyi nadi now that petition e course one eno na Afrifa e be twere obrofo tenentin e de Mahama eno twere say power corrupts and absolute power change is not an end in itself, it is a promise to do better than yesterday. Leadership is tested not by the power to remove but by the courage to strengthen institutions. When the people chose President Mahama, they did so with the hope that he would rise above the errors of his predecessor. Akufo dismissed Charlotte Osei under the cover of the people's goodwill, but the people remembered and punished him for it. Or just hey, Akufo betina konya so a eno Charlotte say, "Wo, easy chair, be you dey wi. Oh, yi na die. Oh, yi na die no. Na enipa na edom no na enye ho." And because of that, no, omo de twen na so 2024 election no, but me na kwaje so aso twen. Omo de kai no, as a Akufo no autocratic leader, just say, "When who Nebuchadnezzar, King Nebuchadnezzar or can obi anka bi, eti Mahama kai. Every virtual Mahama bi so say kai. Remember?" And was like Mahama say, "Abra Ghana for 12 ma no, na omo jide na rehwemu say, enfunso Akufo be ye no, wo be, o meye bi. You are coming to correct some errors and some mistakes. And you are not here to repeat that same mistake. The go for removing Charlotte Osei was a mistake. Easy chair, or either for a mistake. It will install another one there. When Mahama you've come now, just maintain a person. Don't remove anybody. If a new administration repeats the same acts or worse than the one before, then what was the need for change? What does it say? Dear Akufo boy yi nipa bi firi ho no no oyi isi chair Charlotte Osei oyi firi ho no no okra ba ye de oyi abro so Chief Justice oyi na di ana petition as aba say J Mensah say yi na di isi chair e say o de kura de oyi abro so e je fi tre say o ba say ne wo so mistake na cause na Ghana for CMP no eno na beto ase de ene na ba ye de what was the need for the change? Leadership is not about repeating the failures of yesterday. It is about charting a new path that restores trust in our institutions. To proceed with removing easy chair on political ties is to make that office coterminous with the presidency. Just say, binding it to political cycles and weakening the very independence that safeguards our democracy. Say, uyi easy chair na free hono mono, ede wo di abade de. Emwa. Eba sana, just say easy chair no, wabe ya wo subordinate. Just say, onne ne ho, ohye wo wase, he's under your control, under your pressure. Eni say yes sir. Ena free fa, ebro so ewo ha no mono. Ese basa say, we kin, democracy no, o to tunas, o mamudie no, emuduro no, eba form. The people may be patient, but they are not forgetful. They will not forget a leader who betrays the covenant of change. Power is fleeting, but accountability is eternal. To me, dear, to me, but accountability, dear, it will take forever. Forever, you account for it. Forever, you account for it. As Lord Acton once said, power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. Let the record show that I stood up against it on Happy FM yesteryear, and I'll stand against it today. All for the people, for the honor, and for our country. That's all. Everybody tell me say, "Mo John Mahama tiate say, abula kufa de yes say, obey Charlotte say from no, no okwotra Happy FM. Ekwa cassette tiaye. Enti nya Mahama eba bi no ba be so. He is still against it. What I say? And say, "Okan, so kan and say, God for need na tem. God for need ke bi kira no. Any ade no omu say kan from say Mahama wants to go for another term. Onyi is in through am no mo adwuma and constitution you know onye nsachiraye na ontimi go for another term. Ana on go for another term kura na onye ne se bia nka the 4 years no obetuma stand years no na nka obetuma for 6 years any ade. And na free pass about you. I want say, dear Mahama, it is AM from the quiet of my abode in Trump's land. I send you greetings with a promise that I shall soon return, and you know how we do it. Listen carefully. There is a silent and dangerous attempt by unscrupulous enemies of the state to prepare the minds of Ghanaians for your unconstitutional third-term bid, led by Archbishop Duncan Williams, Eduasare, and the likes. But this betrayal of the public shall not stand. There's a people to say, so for Penyah Duncan Williams, Eduasare bo, ene, asofo ku dem bia omuaka. Set agenda bi say I Mahama onye na won go for third term. Almost set agenda bi ma omu fan show bitrim say that agenda no enya adwuma to munyai enya adwuma. History speaks. Even Kwame Nkrumah, who gave us independence, something you can never do. Ghanaians jubilated his overthrown when he declared himself president for life. Make cultural. Nkrumah kroji independent oje for the Ghana for Mahama wontima ye bie no. Ono oponyo ye nyina chi no. Abra ye tu na de so. Ghana for ani je say oye no say obe declare no president for life. Je so me nto aba. Ono kwa na Ghana president. O me nto no so aba. Make ayo. The lesson is simple. The Ghanaian of yesteryear is the same today. The same today. Move forward in time. General Champon, by all standards, was far better a president than you. Yet when he overstayed his welcome, his own lieutenant staged a palace coup. Julius Debra and Esedin Ketia are no different from General Akufo and his men waiting, watching, ready. The constitution under Article 66 is not ambiguous. 2 terms, no more. Any attempt to defy this sacred law is nothing less than a coup d'etat against the sovereignty of Ghana. Yemra ba Ghana. Article 66. The tenure in office and number of terms as president. Obetini abetna akuyan subi. Obia wotu. Emroso. Anything that goes beyond this, you are trying to, install coup d'etat. Opese uye coup d'etat ewo Ghana. And say yemra so encheresa. You may choose to be power drunk. You may chase this reckless agenda, but be assured you will be met with the heaviest resistance in the history of our nation. And make out to His Excellency. Ubet me do pebia power drunk. Oh, ya the open, but ya too full. So tempted idea we are good. O tempted. Said the Ghana for Bessia sorry at Yano, O young vessel, ABC, you ask a curada. Everybody can say, wait, John Mahama. What does it? Remember your own words. On the campaign trail, you quoted Clinton. It's about the economy, stupid. Today, it is about respect for rule of law, stupid. No insult intended. Everybody jumps out. Mahama, okay. 24 less, you know. Original platform, so echo take Clinton, echo. Actually, go pass echo for anybody me ahead. Moments in for economic debate. Now, more debate, I'm debate. Cratchy, it is about the economy, stupid.
We used to learn what they call nursery rhymes. And that one, you just have to learn it by heart. Even when you're sleeping, you should be able to repeat it. So if you remember, ba ba, black sheep, have you any wool? Then we had Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. Those nursery rhymes. I woke up this morning and I saw 50 questions to me. It looks like our vice president has just learned those things in the 50 questions the way we used to learn ba ba, black sheep, Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall. Because I asked you 5 simple questions on the economy. That's all. Simple questions that Ghanaians want you to answer. You go and respond with how many compost plants did you build? How many this did you build? That is not what the issue is in Ghana today. Let me take you down memory lane. In 1992, there was an election in America. It was between Bill Clinton and George Bush Sr. At that time, the American economy was in recession, the way the Ghanaian economy is in crisis today. And people were talking about immigration, talking about all kinds of useless things. You know what the Clinton people said? It is about the economy, stupid. Today, I'm repeating those words. This election is about the economy, stupid. It's not about all those other useless things about who built how many compost plants.
And to that same statement, you know, and Afrifa, it's Mahama, His Excellency. Piao. It is about the rule of law and respect for. It is about respect of rule of law in this country. Stupid. What does it? And Afrifa, I can't want to be. Not just want to know. And just what I do be at them. Debbie, he never intend to insult anyone. And remember Lord Acton, power corrupt and absolute power corrupt absolutely. If you allow these belly foods to deceive you, they will deject you like Laurent Gbagbo of Cote d'Ivoire and Charles Taylor of Liberia, discarded by the very forces that once cheered them on. And oh, before I retire to bed, let the anger that gave rise to the fake, deceitful, and uncountable revolution that birthed the party you now benefit from guide you. A word to the wise is certainly in the north. Boli Idi Amin for the people, for the honor, for our country. And the free for as I work your way, and what you know, and our Kaya, could it tell be SC? Nancy, Guinea Bissau, or man penny, you who have your alpha, so for an Edna Cocosi. And only see, you know, and every was making another post. And on Facebook, I don't care, say, don't go ahead with your plan, dear Mahama. It is 1 a.m. in Trump's land, and I bring you greetings. I was deeply shocked that some of the very people you have appointed called me after my last post. One of them, with reckless arrogance, said, let the drunkard go ahead. He will be shocked. Everybody will say, Abro making that post now, first post now, they really say all question Mahama on that second coup d'etat attempt, you know. Or make it that post you know. Mahama appointees need be friend, I got all there. Mako we send in to us. Now one try the oil or try a virgin minimum, a virginism. What I say? A virginism. It reminds me of how Julius Caesar and Alexander MacDonald died. Sir, respectfully, take a good look at the pictures down below. These men at some point had fools around them who made them feel untouchable. But when the time came, they were left to their fate. His Excellency, Enfoni engofo mu da so he omu ye o. There was a time na nkofo e wo nipa bitwa mu hia. And they felt untouchable as obi andin fanso nkomo da. Because omu odom. But when the time came, they died to their fate. I bless you omu ye. And yesterday fell to home for. Fell to home for. This shows the dangerous circle of sycophants who embolden leaders to defy the masses, whispering false assurance and mocking the will of the people. History teaches us that such fools make men feel untouchable, but when the time of reckoning comes, they vanish, leaving their masters to face the consequences alone. Udi agura, enkwasiafo bia bema wo, utime odudu yodium. But Mekai said, when the day of reckoning comes, some kwasiafo no, omo yo yodi, oh, go for third term, oh, you know, Samrano is a constitution, no, you say, oh, Fazaka, oh, Yasa Chief Justice, no, into the year, court, every defender, everybody just said that, a man kwasiafo bia nada, because a brand son, oh, cabre dura, some kwasiafo no, oh, medjania jaw, it will be you alone to face the consequences. And you're careful. Again, the Constitution speaks with clarity and finality. Article 66, Section 2 of the 1992 Constitution of Ghana declares a person shall not be elected to hold office as president of Ghana for more than 2 terms. This provision was not written by accident. It was born out of our painful history of coups, authoritarianism, the dangers of unchecked power. It is a safeguard for democracy, a shield for the people, and a reminder that no man is greater than the republic. Kai. Across the world, history has shown what happens when leaders attempt to defy such limits. In Guinea, Alpha Conde forced a third term upon the people, only to be swept away by a coup as citizens rose in resistance. Kai Guinea Bissau, Nancy Alpha Conde. Kai Guinea Bissau, Obakaya Alpha Conde. Oh yes, I could go for third term. A domino ebu free. There was a coup. He was swept away by coup. In Cote d'Ivoire, Alassane Ouattara, third term bid ignited unrest and bloodshed, leaving scars on the nation's democratic fabric. In Colombia, Alvaro Uribe's ambition for a third term was blocked by the Constitutional Court, proving that institutions can stand firm against overreach. These examples remind us that when leaders overstay their welcome, the people resist and democracy fights back. Boli Idi Amin, you have already served your 2 terms. Any attempt to test the boundaries of this sacred clause is not only unconstitutional but a direct assault on democratic will of the people. And we shall be guided by Article 3 accordingly. Ghana will not return to the days of endless rule. Ghana will not gamble with its stability. Ghana will not allow greedy and selfish ambitions to override the constitution. Ghana will not gamble. Stability na one. Let this be a warning. The 2-term limit is non-negotiable. It is the people's covenant with democracy, and it shall be defended with vigilance. Some of us don't want to be a line in a page of someone's history. We want to own a whole chapter. So don't give us a chance. I write you these letters out of love because I know how Mama Lordina continually explains to your brother-in-law from Nkranza about me, for the people, for the honor, for our country. Anyway, any someone, Bemaba, Okatakyie Afrifa Mensah bonso. Eka Edichere, His Excellency the President, John Mahama, the 3rd term agenda, the 3rd term bid na Ghana for be, especially and this will be the Kuntuna say, to His Excellency Asumuno. Though His Excellency I can say on call for 3rd term, but who knows? Or can say IGP Breswan, or man into us, but IGP Bre answer koda. Was 2 years extension. Humans are not trustworthy. Yentimi independent. It's winning some Afrifa. Abeka. Obita chire wadwen amame. Ewo comment section. Penyah Block Media. Agra.